Alright, so the whole premise of this unit is to be able to learn how to import materials, objects, put them in a nice package, to be able to work back and forth between Maya. Now we've reached a phase where we have to get the building into an actual world, so we can start playing with color, we can start, messing around with certain attributes of the engine. So that's where you come in. You have all these static meshes, at least you should for this assignment. They should have materials, they should have textures on them. We have to now bring them into the actual viewport. And here's what I'm going to do, because already this is taking probably a long time for the amount of weeks we have together. In this case, I want just pick out one of the skies. I'm going to choose a night sky. And this should be automatically review. You should watch the other videos upon how to get, how to navigate around, how to put the pieces in order. That's very easy stuff. So let's just case in review for those people that might be on the internet watching these videos too. Here's a couple tips. First off, have a picture of whatever factory that you or warehouse that you might have had. Then your duty first off is to get some of the main sections built and check scale. Okay, so in this case I have, let's look at my maybe bricks first, and while you're doing this, you might have some stuff you need to be repaired. You might have to keep going back and forth to Maya a couple times to move the UVs around. In this instance, I have this mesh. Now I could choose to work in this direction, which is the positive direction anyway. So I'm going to choose to do that. See how the green arrows stick in this way? So this is positive Y. Therefore, I should probably work in my positive Y. Z is up in the UDK. Alright, this wall right here is the wall that belongs to this window. I think what I'm just going to do is get all my pieces in order. Now you could probably do it all within the perspective view, but I would highly suggest using your orthographics also. Alright, cool. You got this little window. This little window goes on top of the other ones. So you notice if I wanted to, I could go into this view, start playing around, and show all the other views. So this is nothing new. If you hit the, I think, home key, home key, you'll get to all the views very quick, and you'll be able to display it all at once. Another thing that you might want to do is tighten your grid spacing up. I have mine at 1, and I use the bracket keys to do that. So I bracket it over onto the left until I hit 1. This will allow me to move and manipulate in very finite increments. If you use Alt and the arrow key, you can then scosh, I call it, the objects around. Alright. So take some time, put together your main structure walls, and then after you get your main structure walls up, you could take and duplicate those over and over again. And we did that back in level design. And if you are a little lost at this point, go back a few videos in the YouTube channel, and I show how to move and manipulate these around, but I'm doing the very same thing that I just said. With those just basic movements, you can pretty much build this whole entire structure. Alright, so there we go. When I get this done, as far as the bigger areas of construction goes, I might come back and show you a couple more things. So please meet me in the next video.